అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. నమో నమః. గురుభ్యో నమః. సర్వేభ్యో నమస్కారః. Today is the third day of our classes on Mahabharatam, series of lectures of 5 lectures by Dr. Karnam Nagaraja Rao garu. Today is the third day. We will start the session by paying our respects to our country by reciting Vande Mataram and then doing a chanting Prarthana. Let us request Challa Chittibabu garu to recite Vande Mataram, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Subrajyosna Pulakitayaminim, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhinim, Suhasinim, Sumadhura Bhashinim, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చలా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now let us request Sarla Devi ji to chant Prarthana, please.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. 1 minute meditation. Omkara. Om. Om. Om Gananaan Tva Ganapati-gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashunvanotibhisida Sadanam. Om Sri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinama Vitriyavatu. Om Sri Mahasaraswatye Namaha. Gurureva gatir gurumeva bhaje gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave na guro paramam sisurasmi guro matirasti guro mam pahi guro. Jnananandamayan devam nirmalam sphatikakrutim Adharam sarva vidyanam hayagreevamupasmahe Shruti smruti purananam alayam karunalayam Namami bhagavat pada sankaram loka sankaram Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhasya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagini व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्तिः 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 मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्य देवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः
హరి ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. ధన్యవాదములండి సరళాదేవిజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः.
Yeah. Now let us request our Guruji, Dr. Karanam Nagaraja Rao Garu, to continue with his webinars, please.
शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्याये सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. Shubhodayam. Good morning to everybody. Today is the third day of Mahabharata series. First day the introduction part was over. The second day we discussed a little bit of what is called Dharma Sushmata. What is Dharma and what is Dharma Sushmata? That aspect we discussed. Because normally Dharma will be there, but normally you should not interpret Dharma as it is. The letter of the law is not important. The spirit of the law is more important. Like that we discussed. Yesterday I forgot to tell one more thing. In that particular story which I discussed yesterday, there one tradition also we can see. The tradition which has been followed even now today. The tradition is that Krishna falling on the feet of Dharmaraja. This we have seen. So this is a strange thing. Normally that continuity is still there in our society. Maybe throughout the country. The Sanatana Dharma is such a beautiful thing that a great thing that the traditions that we are following have been there in Mahabharata times, have been there in Ramayana times. Whenever we see the elder person, we just sit down and touch their feet. That is still there. That aspect yesterday I did not tell. The tradition is still there. One aspect. Second thing, yesterday we were discussing is that a little bit doubts were raised by some people. No, at the time I could not hear them properly. Number one, audio, because their audios are my audio, whatever it may be. Better today, if at all anybody is having any doubt, type it so that I can also see it. At the same time, you can also, because even organizers also can read it out for my sake, and then it will be easy for me to answer for those questions if at all it is possible. The third aspect also, before starting today's lecture, thing is that yesterday one person asked about Vidura. That is, he is correct. In fact, he is correct. In fact, in the sense that Vidura's Atma did not go, in fact, into the Dharmaraja's body. That is has been discussed in Ashrama Vasa Parva. I just read out that particular shloka. The shloka is that Vivesha Viduro Dhiman Gatrair Gatrani Sevaha Pranan Praneshu Chadadat Indriyani Indriyartheshu. Which means that Vidura is a Dhimanta. He has, the thing is that how Vidura died, that also has come into discussion yesterday. Vidura, Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, all these people go to the forest. When they go to the forest, and they were there for 3-4 years like that. And again, immediately they did not die. So they were there in the forest. Then Dharmaraja wanted to see those persons, and one day when he goes there to see his what is called elder father, that is called father's brother, he wanted to see. At the time he saw only Dhritarashtra, Kunti and also Gandhari. Vidura was not to be seen. He asked where he is there. Then they will be telling that he has left this place also and he is roaming in the forest. like that. Then Dharmaraja went in search of him. He finds Vidura in one place where Vidura is actually totally naked person, totally weak, decimated person. He is a frail personality like that he has become, and he was having a lot of injuries over his body because of some trouble for him maybe. So he was going like that. Then he could recognize Vidura, and he went there, and then he touched his feet, and then he told, I am the Yudhishthira, I came here like that. Then Vidura looked into his eyes continuously. By looking into the eyes, what he did was that is also mentioned in the earlier shloka. Then Vivesha Vidurodhiman Gatrair Gatrani, which means that he has merged his body into his body, has merged his pranas into his pranas, he merged his indriyas into his indriyas, like that it is mentioned. So it is not his dying and his Atma Tejas is going into the Dharmaraja's body. It is not written like that. Anyway, for this purpose, there are two scholastic opinions over this issue. Thing is that there is a school of thought following the principles of Pullela Ramachandra. He is a great scholar in Andhra Pradesh. That person, he has written in his book that it is actually Dharmaraja is the son of Dharma Atma, Dharma Devata, and not Yama Dharmaraja, like that. A famous theory has developed. But some other persons interpreting from Markandeya Purana. Markandeya Purana also has to be taken into consideration. Then they have come to a conclusion that no, it is Yamadharmaraja only is the son. Both Vidura is one thing and Dharmaraja is another thing, like that. This is second school of thought. And according to even Garuda Purana and other places also, we find that Yamaloka is actually consisting of two places, two chambers. One meant for good people also. One meant for all these bad people. Is a bigger chamber wherein everybody, not chamber as such we can call it. It is a bigger place, and this is a smaller place. A smaller place is actually visitors like that, something of that nature. Maybe there Yamadharmaraja is also split personality. One personality will be taking care of dharma aspect. This good people he will be taking care. He will come here and sit here in that capacity. And in the capacity of giving danda, that is called yama, then he will be going there and punishing the people. Both are same the person only. When Ani Mandavya, that is big story is there anyway. The Mandavya story, if you can type it, you can find in the Google. The Mandavya has cursed Yamadharmaraja because he was given a wrong punishment. Yamadharmaraja has given a punishment for a boy less than 12 years old. That because of this reason, he has cursed him that you are not supposed to give punishment to the boys. Whenever they are children, the entire sin will go to the parents only. So like that, you have given the punishment to me because of this reason. You born in Shudra only, like that. He has cursed him. Because of this reason, that Yama portion has born as Vidura, and this Dharma portion has born as Dharmaraja, like that. One the school of thought, because this is corroborated by the statements that are given in Markandeya Purana. I referred Markandeya Purana also yesterday. So both, if we do like that, maybe this Samanvaya will look apt. So this is actually, it is not like that Shishupala when he died, a Maha Tejas has come out of his body and has merged with Krishna. It is not like that. In this Ashrama Vasa Parva, it is mentioned that Vidura intentionally he saw in his eyes, continuously by seeing his eyes, Dharmaraja's eyes, he merged everything of him into the Dharmaraja's body. This is how it is with Yoga Balam, like that. And this actually, this is normally we may not believe it, but thing is that this type of Shakti used to be there for earlier people maybe. We come across Shankara Vijayam. Shankara Vijayam, Totakacharya is there. No, Totakacharya is actually, initially he was not having any knowledge. And the other Sishyas used to humiliate him. He doesn't have any knowledge like that. And ultimately, Shankaracharya was very much happy with this particular person. And he exercised that Shakti Patam. Shakti Patam is one terminology we come across in Sanatana Dharma. Shakti Patam means through something he can bless. Now, yes, all knowledge will be coming to you. The entire knowledge will come to him like that. Without undergoing all the process and all this. That's Shakti Pata. Muga Panchashati is there. Muga Panchashati, the Muga person. Muga person means the person who can't talk. That person was actually, he was wandering in that story also, we know it. He was also there in the temple, he was there. The Devi actually shows mercy towards him and he asked him, show your mouth. When he showed his mouth, whatever that betel leaf she was eating, that betel leaf, she takes it out and puts it in his mouth. And immediately he got knowledge, and he wrote that 500 shlokas like that. That is something through some mediation. The Shakti will be given to other person. The Shakti that may be looking into the eyes, that may be looking into other aspects, something of that nature. Maybe with this brief description, yesterday what the person has asked, what he has told is exactly correct only, because in the sense two entities theory is also there, but two entities theories may not be apt. Anyway, that aspect, it is an intricate scholastic discussion and research has to still go on, because I actually discussed with one famous gentleman, even now he is there, that Chirrauri Sivaramakrishna Garu. Chirrauri Sivaramakrishna Garu is a famous personality. He is appointed by TTD to take care of editing of the books, the Mahabharata and all these things. A great scholar. I talked to him yesterday because of this, what is called one thought of Pulal Ramchandra, one thought of this. He has sent an audio message. If at the end of the class, if people permit, I can play it also here, and so that the topic can be easily understood. Okay, with this I would like to leave it, because if we begin to discuss yesterday's story only, today also we will be continuing. We will come to the today's lecture. Today's lecture, it is actually what I would like to discuss today is, yesterday we discussed Dharma Sushmata, we discussed. What is Dharma Sushmata? What is Dharma? Dharma will be there in Vedas and other places we find Dharma. But yesterday's thinking was that you don't stick to that Dharma alone because you are not capable enough to understand that Dharma. But that is called what? How the Sajjanas will be following that particular Dharma is very difficult to understand. That is called Dharma Sushmata. That is the reason Krishna will be emphasizing very, very often that whatever that is there as a letter in such a certain place, if you don't understand it, you interpret it in a bad way. Because if you have to take that particular sentence or word in the broader perspective, in the broader scheme of things, you have to take into consideration, and then that particular sentence has to be interpreted. That is the reason why we come across how they interpreted that particular words. Yesterday's story, entire story was revolving around this, because how to, if you humiliate your elder brother, the elder person, then it is as good as killing himself. If you praise yourself, it is as good as killing oneself. These two thoughts have come up in this particular story. That is dharma, how to distinguish dharma from dharma sushmata. That aspect we discussed. Today, what I would like to discuss is apad dharma. What is apad dharma? This is very, very frequently we come across in Mahabharata and some other places. Apad dharma is also to be interpreted with depending upon the circumstances, situations, and all these things. For this, I would like to tell one more case study today. The case study is actually Hidimba's marriage with Bhimasena. You may think that maybe it is little unknown story. Maybe yesterday's story was also little unknown. Maybe some people may be knowing it, but today's story I doubt. Except the organizers, because they have legended it maybe some time back. Maybe other persons may not be knowing this story. Maybe very, very few people, 1 or 2% of the people may be knowing this story. A very interesting story. Everybody knows that Hidimba is married to the Bhimasena, but it is not as simple as that. That we will be discussing today. So this is actually, the setting is something different. The setting, what is the setting here? Setting is Laksha Gruha Dahana has happened. That we know, everybody know. Laksha Gruha Dahana happened. On the same night, Pandavas left the place. Pandavas left the place and they were immediately hurrying to go out to some other distant place, not to be seen by the Duryodhana and other people. Why? That we have to discuss. Thing is that is more important here. Thing is that here, Pandavas were, that's Pandavas. Otherwise, what we can do is that we simply story aspect, we will finish it off. At the end, we will discuss the analysis. We will do the analysis. Okay. Then in that case, what happened? They immediately they left to the forest. They went to a long distance. Draupadi could not walk. When she could not walk, Dharmaraja orders Bhimasena, all of us are tired. I am tired, Arjuna is tired, everybody is tired. You are the only person appearing to be very strength, you are having a lot of strength, and still you are not looking like wearing a person. So what you can do is that if possible, you can take all of us like that. Then he obliged the order of his brother, and he carried all these persons to the forest, a long forest through that Bilam. Bilam is actually dug in that from Lord Shagriha to this particular spot. Then he carried all of them. He placed all of those persons on one tree area under the shade of a tree. And then Dharmaraja asked, I am very much thirsty. And Arjuna was also thirsty. They could not, even Draupadi was telling, I may not survive without water for some more time. That was the situation. It was a night, dark night. All people were there. And then Bhimasena, what to do? Bhimasena was still awake. He was having a lot of strength. Why I am telling this particular aspect is this I will be discussing at the end, all these small things also. So then he has actually climbed up a big tree where water is available in the night. He also doesn't know the geography of that particular forest. So he climbed to the particular spot and he looked around, but it is totally dark. He could not find anything. Then there are water birds are there in some distant places which were taking some sound they are making. He sensed that in that direction he went. When he went in that direction, he found a lake. When he found a lake, he went there. Immediately, he has taken some water. Initially, he has to survive first of all because he has to bring the water here, and then how to bring it. And then what he did was that he took out his uttari means towel type of thing. He took it out, soaked it into the water, and then with the soaked that towel he has brought to this place of Dharmaraja, Bhima, Dharmaraja, Arjuna, and all these persons where they were sleeping. But it's Mahabharata. Some people might have read Telugu Ramayana, Telugu Mahabharata. There it is something other way it is written down. But Veda Mahabharata, we consider it as the original one. So we are following the Veda version only. He brought like that. By the time anyway they are slept, he did not want to wake them again. So he kept it like that, and he was actually guarding all those persons. He was going this side and that side, and then he was thinking, what a fate this is there. The person who is destined to rule the entire world is now actually sleeping on this floor. What is the destiny here? The Draupadi, who is Draupadi, is a queen. The queen, who is that queen? Again, is the queen of the mighty five brothers. And also she is actually, who is that? She is not Draupadi, sorry please, Kunti. The Kunti is actually she is the mother of all these five persons, and she is the aunt of Sri Krishna Paramatma. That lady is sleeping here. Kunti is sleeping here. Not Draupadi, please. Kunti. Kunti is sleeping here. And then what is the fate? Dharmaraja, who is actually, he can rule the entire world. That type of person is sleeping here. This Duryodhana is a bad person. Like that he thought, and he was thinking to crush Duryodhana if at all he is available like that. This was the situation. This is how he was walking. At the time, this entire forest was the abode of a powerful Asura. The Asura is, normally this is actually translated as demon in many places. But Sanskrit non-translatables like that, one book is there by Rajiv Malhotra. Sanskrit non-translatables like that. There he suggests that because we are following this colonial culture and we are actually trying to convert our phrases and our terminology into that particular terminology, English terminology, and because of this reason, the original word is actually missing. Something yati is there. How to translate it? Yati is yatanasilaha is yati. The person who continuously doing effort like that. The etymology will be there for all our Sanskrit words. So instead of that, yati means there English people will be saying he is actually a monk like that they will tell. Monk is there for sannyasi also. Monk is there for yati also. Monk is there for everybody. So then what is the use? So what he is suggesting is that Rajiv Malhotra, one gentleman, is a NRI person, did lot of research on Sanatana Dharma. And that person, he suggests that English Sanskrit non-translatable. He tells that better use your own word only. Let it go to the lexicon. Let it be followed by other persons also. So because of this reason, I am also using Asura word only. I am using Hidimba Asura. Asura is actually it has etymological meaning. It is not just as good as demon. Asushu ramante iti asuraha, like that people will be telling. Which means that Asushu means the people who will be dwelling in Indriya pleasure. That is, he is called Asura. The meaning is there for that. Asushu ramante iti asuraha, like that people tell. So people who always dwell in their Indriya bhogas, those persons are asuras. All people, if at all we are like that, we are also asuras. In that way, Ravanasura. Asushuramante is a Brahmin, but he is Asura, like that. Asushuramante is Asura. The Hidimbasura is one such person. The Hidimbasura actually sensed this, he was having a lot of craze over tasty food. So he has smelt the human smell, he smelt it, and he orders his sister, you go there, fetch all those persons. Whoever that is there, that persons will bring them, will make a feast today, and we can eat. And Hidimba also very much happy, and he came there. But on seeing and coming there, he saw a handsome person walking here and there. So here what happened is that how was Bhimasena? I am Shyamo. 1 minute, I will just read out this very good shloka is there. I am Shyamo Mahabahu Simhaskando Mahadyutihi. Kambugriyaha Pushkarachaha Bharta Yukto Bhaven Mama. Like that she tells. Which means that I am Shyamo Mahabaho. He is a man with broad shoulders he is having. Simhaskando Mahadyutihi. And his shoulders as good as muscles are as mighty as the lion. Brown in complexion. And his broad neck is there. And then broad eyes are there. Resplendent aura is there in him. Oh, this man should be my husband, like that she thought. Immediately, she thought of his brother. So that man is a cruel brother. See, this is how once a girl decides his husband, then she will discard all other person's place. This is discard in sense if it is bad people obstructing her way passage, obstructing her way. She will be actually, he is a cruel brother. The wording is there in Mahabharata. Very beautifully it is discussed in Veda Mahabharata. Of course, in Telugu Mahabharata also. And he is this person is a very cruel person. This cruel person has asked me to bring these persons, all these 5 people, or this all these Manushas to his place. What pleasure I am going to get if I am going to take all these persons there? At the most, I will be having a good feast today night, but that is only ephemeral only. That will be there for a few minutes only, or few hours only. After that, no pleasure. But if I marry this person, I will be having the eternal pleasure. Like that she thought. I am blessed if he is going to be my husband. Like that she thought. Immediately what she did without any hesitation, she immediately turned herself into a beautiful damsel. She approached Bhimasena with all blushes on her faces and smiling lips. She came very much to him. And Bhima looked at her and asked, who are you, like that? He was actually roaring. Then this lady told, I am Hidimba, a Rakshasi. She tells, I am an Asura person. My brother is Hidimbasra, very cruel person, very wicked person, very mighty person, strong person. That person has ordered me to bring you to his place to have a feast with your mamsam. That is why I have come here. On seeing you, my entire thoughts have gone. Now I am totally dedicated to you. Please marry me. I will take you to distant places so that you cannot be seen by here, my brother, and we can be safe. Then Bhima laughed at her. What are you talking about? See all these persons. They are his elder brother. My younger brothers are there. My mother is there, leaving all these persons, coming with you. What are you talking about? Do you think that I am such a timid person? I am having the might to kill your brother or you or whoever it may be. I don't care any person. By the details. Then she tells, no, you don't know the might of my brother. He is a very strong person. If he comes here, he will be eating all of you in 1 minute. Please listen to me. If you are not liking my advice, I will suggest one more thing. I will take all of you. Please wake them up. Then Bhima again laughed. It is not possible. They are sleeping. When they are sleeping, I don't wake them up. If I wake them up, I feel that I am what is called, and I don't have any strength, something of that nature. Because of timid nature, afraid of this asura, I am waking them up. I don't want to do it. So I will be, they will wake up at their own pleasure only. I don't wake them up, like that he tells. Then the discussion was going, and then she was asking, "Will you marry me? At least I will do some favor for you." Like that. Then he was telling, "No, no, it is not like that. I can't marry you, because if I marry you, I will become parivetta." And that what is parivetta? At the analysis type, I will be discussing what is parivetta. I will become a parivetta, so I don't want to marry you. That is actually against the principles of law. That is Dharma Shastras will not permit that type of marriage. My elder brother is there, I am a younger brother is marrying other person. It is against Dharma. I follow Dharma only. So I don't want to do it like that. Then what she can do? She was arguing with him. The argument was going, she was asking and she was refusing. This was going on. By the time Hidimbasura came there, he saw his sister in all this decked, he is decked with all ornaments and all these things. He was very much angry with her. What I told, what this girl is doing like that, immediately he thought of devouring her. First, initially he was actually rushing towards her. Then Bhima prevented, and he caught hold of him like a lion catching hold of a deer. Caught hold of him, dragged him to a distant place. Why dragged him? Because if he is making some sound, these people may wake up. He wanted to kill him from a distant place. He took him in a long distance, and then a big fight took place. When the big fight took place, the fighting was going on. They were roaring and they were plucking out all the trees, and they were fighting together. And that was going on. By the sound of that fury, sound is coming out here, and all the Pandavas woke up. All Pandavas woke up immediately, they rushed to that spot. Then asked immediately, Hidimba told, whatever that is there, she told entire thing. I am Asura, Asuri lady. My brother is Hidimbasura, very mighty person. I alerted Bhimasena, your brother, but he did not agree. I wanted to take all of you to a safe distance, but he did not listen to me. And he wanted to fight with my brother only, and he is taking in there, he is fighting. Then all Pandavas rushed to that place. They wanted to help him. Bhimasena obstructed. No, no, you don't do it. This is not the dharma to fight. So many persons fighting with single person is not dharma. I will fight with him, no problem. He was fighting with him. Then it is almost becoming evening. The dusk was about to happen, and then Pandavas. Everybody know that at each stroke of a second, the might of the asuras will be going on increasing. So Arjuna alerted Bhimasena, it is not the time to waste your time, because you are actually playing with him. Like a cat playing with the rat, you are playing with him. Don't play, because as long as it is daytime, it is okay. Once it becomes totally dark, he will be having the strength. Then kill him immediately like that. Then immediately Bhima also sensed it. It catch hold of him and then swelled him like anything and throw him onto the floor, and he died. This is the way Bhima used to kill all other persons also subsequently, and Bakasura, then Kichaka, and all these persons, same way he will be killing, because he will be taking them physically and then swallow them in the air and then throw them to the what is called some rock or some floor, something of that nature. He used to kill like that. He killed him also. Once he is killed, what happened is that, and everybody praised Bhimasena. This lady was actually whether to weep or not to weep, she doesn't know. She was actually awestruck. She was just looking at the scene. When Hidimbasara died, Dharmaraja told, let us go. Now this place also we will leave, and we will go to, because it is already morning, we will go to some other, it is already night. In the night it is better to go, because in the morning times going is actually risky. Why risky? That also we will be telling. The night time we will go to some place, and as far as possible we will move like that. All of them, they moved. When they moved, this lady was following. This lady was following behind Bhimasena, and she was asking, "See, you have killed my brother. Still I am following you. Please marry me." Then Bhima is telling, no, no, it is not possible. You are a Dema, you are an Asura lady, and you may take revenge against me also in due course of time. Better I should kill you also. Then he immediately turned back and he wanted to kill her also. Then Dharmaraja prevented. Bhimasena, what are you doing? Killing a lady is sin. You are not supposed to do that. You are not supposed to do that. You leave her like that. Then what she can do? Bhima is not at all responding. He was going like that, and she was following. All other persons are actually everybody is taking Mahabharatam type of thing, and everybody was silent and moving like that. She was also moving back on them, and then she thought it's better to approach Kunti only. She went there. Then she was telling Kunti, Mata, this you know the pangs of love that a girl suffers when she is refused by other person. You know it, as if she knows the history of Kunti. So she was telling, you know, the pangs of love. I am bitten by the arrows of love. And now I am totally dedicated to be your the second brother, the second son. So please allow me to marry this person. If you tell, he will oblige. If you don't tell, he will not oblige. I have left my people. My brother is dead, and I am following this man. If rejected, thing is that one more thing is that it is not dharma to desist a lady. When lady is approaching and asking for a favor, if you say that it is not possible, it is not dharma also. So I am telling dharma also. One more thing is that I have left my brother. I am totally dedicated to this person, and if he is not marrying, the alternate for me is only death. I will die. If I die also, you will be getting sin only you will be getting, because you have desisted a lady. And I am not actually hiding anything. I am telling that I am Asuri person. I am telling that I have never told you that I am a good person like that. I am a Asuri person only. But still I am also I also follow dharma only I follow. Unlike my brother. Because of this reason I am following this person. And because of this reason, it is not dharma on your part not to take me into your family. So because of this reason, take me. Then still she was Kunti was also thinking over whether to allow or not to allow. By that time she was also telling, I also having one strength. That strength also I will be telling. I have having some celestial vision, by means of which I can tell what is going to happen in future. That also I can tell. Because now I am telling you one thing. After this entire thing, maybe in another one day only, you will be meeting Veda Vyasa. When Veda Vyasa comes to you, he will be giving a good advice, by means of which you will be going to the Panchala Desha. In Panchala Desha, you will be having a lot of good things will be happening. Like that, he tells, whatever suffering you have met with all these years, the sufferings will go and you will be having a lot of pleasure in that particular place. All this is now only I am telling. And one more thing also, I am having the power. The power is that if at all of you are in difficulty situation at any point of time, I can carry all of you to a distant place, safest safe place, and I can keep all of you. Like that she tells. Then Kunti thought for a while. She looked at Dharmaraja, because whenever any decision has to be taken, she used to look at Dharmaraja. Dharmaraja, because she knows that Dharmaraja is a better person to decide all these things. Because she is looking at Dharmaraja, means she has agreed. In principle, she has no objection. And only thing is that Dharmaraja has to give his consent. He sensed it. My mother has agreed it. And then what he told, yes, I agree. Because I agree for this marriage, and let Hidimba marry Bhimasena, and I agree for it. Then only thing is that he turned towards Hidimba and told Hidimba, okay, we will agree to take you into our family, but thing is that I want to put you a condition. The condition is that you can roam with Bhimasena. Marriage will be over. Once marriage is over, see, this is how the situation happens. He need not ask his brother also. Brother consented because his mother is deciding and the elder brother is deciding, that is sufficient. Taking the consent of each and every person is not required. So his brother is taken for granted because his orders he will follow. So then he will be asking Hidimba, you can take Bhimasena, roam around anywhere with Bhimasena in the daytime. But by the night comes, you should bring him back to our place. So why? Because Dharmaraja will be giving one reason, of course. The reason is that we will be safe in the presence of Bhimasena. If Bhimasena is there, we will be happy. So he should come back by night. By the time sun sets, by that time he should be here. That is the condition. Do you agree for it? She says, I agree. Then Kunti tells Bhimasena, now I ask you, you marry him. Why this condition? All these things we discuss. This is dharma and all aspects are there here. Then Kunti tells, okay, Hidimba, you will be married now. Then she asked Bhimasena, you marry her because she is following you. She has totally dedicated to you, marry her. Without any word, Bhimasena agreed for the marriage. Then Bhimasena, but of course he has one condition with Hidimba. He tells, the thing is that, see Hidimba, I will marry you according to your wish, according to the orders of my brother and also my mother. But still, I have one condition with you. The condition is that I will be with you as long as you are not, when the son is born to us, then you should leave us. We will go on our own way. Is it okay for you? Then she agreed, okay, we will do like that. I will agree for it. Both condition, the Dharmaraja's condition also she agreed, Bhima's condition also she agreed. And immediately the marriage took place. Hidimba to Bhimasena to distant places, whatever spots she wanted to see, and whatever earth, whatever good places are there, because she is having that power, she is having wherever she wanted to go, flowery gardens, having beaches, deep ridges, like that. So much description is there in Mahabharata. At least 10 slokas are totally devoted for that places only. The crisp sandy banks, the mountain peaks, like that, the dark clouds, and different places, all the celestial places, very important places where normal people can't even trade. There is a book now, where gods fear to trade, something of that nature. Angels fear to trade, something of that nature. An English book is there. Like that here also, all those places, where whichever place you choose, there all those places she took there. In a fraction of seconds, she used to bring back Bhimasena by the sunset. It went on for some days only. Before that, what happened? The Rakshasas, unlike human beings, they are having some specific characteristics because of this reason. Sadyogarbha, one concept is there. Sadyogarbha means the garbha will happen immediately, boy will be born. It will not be nine months carrying and all these things. Issues are not there. Sadyogarbha, like Veda was born. No? There's some powerful people. Powerful people means which we don't know, because this reason we may not agree, but there are people who were having in those days like that. Veda was born like that. Sadyogarbha was born in the boat only. Like that here also he was born in the boat. In few days only he was born. Immediately when he was born, he became a big person, and he was named as Ghatotkacha. Because Ghata means pot. Ghata means pot. His head was like a pot, and over that 3 or 4 air is there, no, that is get erected like this. Utkacha, Ghata, Utkacha, both are there. That is why Bhimasena thought of putting the name as Ghatotkacha. He called him, so his name became Ghatotkacha. Ghatotkacha immediately became a great personality, and he actually bowed before his all parents, and then he told, "I'll be going to my, as per the condition that is put to my mother, and my mother is also wishing, we will go to a Himalayan mountains. We will go there, and I will establish my own kingdom there. And please permit me. And whenever you are want any help, just loudly you can ask him, Ghatotkacha, and I'll be here." Like that. So he assured like that, and he left the place. This is the simple story. With the simple story, we are having a lot of issues here. The lot of issues are actually, what are these issues? Issues are actually why Pandavas are actually going in the night, that time, night going, and they wanted to go to distant places, so not to be seen by any other person. This was the background is like this. Lakshagruha, the Dahana happened. They left that place immediately on the same night, and they were going the way. And even in the night, Dharmaraja wanted to leave again. Why this? Because the Pandavas condition in that time, because we have to visualize all these issues before deciding Hidimba's marriage. And they were going there. When they were going there, why they were going like that? They are actually insecure situation. They are there at the time. Because Panduraja, when he died, Panduraja died in the forest. Panduraja was never used to be there in Hastinapura. Even though he was a crowned king, Dhritarashtra was never crowned, to be frank. Panduraja was crowned because Dhritarashtra was Andha, he was not having eyes. So his mother itself, she has decided that he is not eligible for her kingdom. He can't sit on the throne. So because of this reason, Panduraja was born initially with the Vyasa, Ambika, Ambalika, that entire story is there. So because of this reason, Panduraja was crowned. He was a crowned prince. He was a king, official king. But thing is that Panduraja was having a lot of respect towards his brother. That was a big problem. So he used to leave the Dhritarashtra here only, and he used to go to the forest. Most of the time, he used to be in forest only with Kunti and Madri. Rarely he used to come here. And all his soldiers and all these things he used to take, and he was expanding his entire empire, bringing a lot of wealth and all these things, giving to the Koshagara. And then Dhritarashtra was actually exercising all the power, sitting on the throne on behalf of Panduraja. Like that, this was the condition. So what happened is that when Panduraja died, all the people were still children only 14, 15 years, 12 years, 13 years like that. And in Mahabharata it is mentioned that Dharmaraja was around 16 years at that time. So what to do? Kunti, she can't do anything because Panduraja died suddenly and these all persons are still minors only. So she could not decide anything. At the time, all the munis, rishis and all these persons come there, console her, and they suggested that you take all these persons to Hastinapura only, and they also followed. Some 40 people followed, and they came to Hastinapura and hand over these persons to the Dhritarashtra, telling that these are the, because the Dhritarashtra may not agree how children have born to him. So they are born to, one is born to Indra, one is born to Yama. All these issues are there for the Ashwini Devatas and all these things. He may not recognize, he may not agree that all these persons are Kunti's sons. So because of this reason, in order to tell all these things, they came there, told the entire history of Pandava because he was not knowing all these things also. Then he came and then he suggested you take care of them and you are now the father for him. Then he took all those persons. But thing is that here, when they came here and the dispute between Kaurava brothers and Pandava brothers started, Duryodhana was actually not at all happy with Bhimasena from the beginning. She wanted to kill him many times. All this history we know it, no? Because of this reason, I don't want to elaborate. Because of this reason, he wanted to kill these persons at any possible way. He wanted to kill them. But this Dakshagruha was also planned like that. So they were asked to go to that particular spot. In Dhritarashtra also by that time he was following the advice of Duryodhana only. And he was having very little interest towards Pandavas. He only suggested that you go, Duryodhana has constructed a beautiful palace for you, you go there like that. But they went there and what happened we know. So then because of this reason, if they come out, what will happen? If they are seen to Duryodhana and other Kauravas, they will try to kill them, kill all the persons. They are actually, they are actually legally, they are the owners of the kingdom. But what is happening is that some other person is sitting on the throne. De jure, de facto, we tell, no? For a polity, we will be telling de jure ruler and de facto ruler. They are the de jure rulers. By virtue of their possession, by virtue of their birth to Pandu Maharaja, they are having the throne. But think de facto ruler is Dhritarashtra. He was ruling that particular spot. He was the elder person and Dharmaraja is having all the respect for he looks it upon him as a father only, and he can't deviate his rules, regulations, and all these things. They can never get the throne. This was the situation. So, and again, Duryodhana was always plotting to kill them. So this is the reason why they wanted that unless they gain some power, they don't want to. They don't want to be seen by any other person. They want to be in seclusion, not to be seen by any other person. Say they went like that. This is the background. In this background, what happened? They found that they where to go, they don't know. When they are going to gain strength, also they don't know. In this situation, they were going. At that time, this Hidimba incident took place. And Hidimba, actually, when this Hidimba incident took place, Hidimba, who is Hidimba? He is an Asuric person or a dharmic person, that is to be decided first. So here in this background, it is better to have one strengthy son, one person who is having lot of strength. Because of this reason, if Bhimasena is married to this Hidimba, and if a boy is born, and then the boy is going to be a great personality because his father is Bhimasena, mighty person. So the person also who is going to born also will be going to be a mighty person. So because of this reason, they wanted to have this marriage also. This is Rajaniti. Because of Rajaniti dictates that you should go according to the rules. But here, whether this lady is good lady or bad lady, whether the love is real or not real, that is to be tested first. Here, the Hidimba, when she comes there, she sees this man and she falls in love with him. She wanted to design her what is called destiny, or she wanted to design her heaven in the lap of Bhimasena. That is how it is discussed in Mahabharata. So she pleaded with Bhimasena that please take my hand. He tells, I am going to become Parivetta. What is this Parivetta? Now we discuss. Parivetta is actually, there's one beautiful terminology. Bhimasena tells that if I marry you, I am going to become a Parivetta. What is Parivetta? Parivetta definition is there in Manusmriti. It says that Parivettihi. Parivetta means it is actually a person who marries. The elder brother is there, elder brother is not married. If younger brother is married, he becomes Parivetta. What is the sin that is going to get by virtue of marrying any person? That is they mentioned in Manusmriti. Manusmriti it says that 1 minute. Parivettihi parivetta yayacha parividyate. Which means that Parivettihi means the superseded elder brother. In this case, Dharmaraja. Parivetta means the superseding younger brother, superseded younger brother, elder brother, superseding younger brother. That you have to understand it terminology, because Bhimasena in this case, he is superseding his brother and he is varying, if at all. So the Parivettihi means the superseded elder brother. Parivetta means the superseding younger brother. Yayacha means with whom the superseding is going to happen. That is in this case Hidimba. Yayacha parividyate sarvete narakam yanti. All these persons will go to Narakaloka, and along with whom Datru Yajaka Panchamaha. Datru Yajaka Panchamaha. The person who has given that girl in for marriage. That is called in if at all any father is there, the father is giving her daughter in marriage. In that case, father is also going to, suppose a father is there, daughter is there. If he is going to give to a person, the person's elder brother is still not married, then this person, the father is also. And also Yajaka. Yajaka means the priest, officiating priest. All these persons will go to the hell, like that it is mentioned in the Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra is actually the dharma that is being followed in that particular age, please. Beyond that, nothing is there. Then now the Constitution of India. The Constitution, after some years, what will happen? The Constitution, all provisions will be changed, and new Constitution, same Constitution. The Constitution skeleton is there. Most of the articles are removed and new articles are inserted here. New rules, regulations will be there for us. Like that, we are amended the Indian Constitution for more than 160 times. Now we have amended this. Like this, the amendments will be happening. Here also, Manu Dharma Smriti is also a law book. It is not a religious book. Many persons will be equating Manu Dharma Shastra with a religious book and try to burn it. Not required place. It is a Dharma. It is not a religious book to be burnt. It is actually Dharma Shastra meant for that particular yuga, that particular time period, and all these things. Subsequently, because some new changes have come, then Parasara Smriti has come and some other Smritis have come, and then new rules, regulations according to Kali Yuga, it has come into existence. People who have little knowledge will be thinking that Manusmriti Dharma Smriti is something wrong he has written, because of this reason that is to be burnt. All these are bad issues only. Anyway, leave it aside, that aspect. Anyway, Parivettihi, Parivetta, Yacha, Parividyate, all these persons will go to the hell only. Because of this reason, I don't want to marry. This is the argument of Bhimasena. Now this lady is coming there and she wanted to marry. Now Dharmaraja wanted to test whether this girl's what is called love is genuine or not. You look at the entire thing. Normally what happens is that she wanted to marry him. She is following him. Continuously she is following. And she was agreeing that desisting a lady is not dharma, she is telling. She is telling that I want to marry him. If he is not going to marry, and if you don't agree for our marriage, I am going to die only, she is telling. So then is it a real love or kama? That is to be decided here. Kama is one word and prema is one word is there. Which whether she is possessing this kama she is having or she is having real love she is having, that is to be decided. Here they decided that this is real love. Why? Because I will be giving you one example. Shurpanaka is there on one side in Ramayana. Hidimba is there here in Mahabharata. Both persons you look at. What happens is that Shurpanaka initially approached say Ramachandra. Because she was like Hidimba only, she was infatuated with the handsomeness of Ramachandra, and he was there. She pleads, "Why don't you marry me like that?" He says, "I'm already a married person. She is with me, and I can't marry you like that." Then my brother is anyway, he is there. But he is actually, because desisting a lady is sin only. That is why. My brother is there. The thing is that he is married, but his wife is some other place. He also can't marry, but anyway, he is there. Then immediately she approaches Lakshmana, "Why don't you marry me?" He says, "I'm also married. My elder brother is there. And you again request him." Then she again goes there, request Ramachandra. Again he tells, "I'm a married person, my wife is here." Then she thought, this lady is obstruction for my marriage. If this lady is devoured, if the lady is eaten up, perhaps Sri Ramachandra will marry me. Immediately she pounced, she tried to pounce upon Sita and she wanted to devour. At that stage only, Lakshmana sensed that she is doing some mischief. She cut his ears and throat, ears and also the nose, and then she sends him out. Then this is the story. But here, what is the situation in the Churpanaka case? One person is refusing means she is prepared to go to some other person. If some other person is refusing, she is again going to some other place. Here, the love is not focused on a single person. No, it is not real love. Wavering love is called a lust. What we can call wavering love is a lust. Because today this person, if this person is not agreeing that person is not agreeing some other person. Here is Hidimba has not done like that. Bhima is refusing. Okay, let me go and ask Dharmaraja. Will you marry me? Dharmaraja is refusing. Will you marry me? Arjuna, she is not going. All persons, for that matter, Nakula was the most handsome person among all the Pandavas. He did not. She did not go to Nakula. Nobody. She was going because it is actually fixed. That is the reason why here we are having a beautiful shloka in what is called in Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Immediately I could not recollect that shloka. Just let me see. One more thing is that if it comes, I will tell you. Dharma viruddho kameshu bharatarshapha, something like that it is there. Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshapha. Like that Krishna tells Arjuna. Some other place in Gita, because in Vibhuti Yoga is there in Bhagavad Gita. Now there he will be telling any love unassociated with adharma, that is called any love that is dharmic love, is my resplendence only, like that. Vibhuti Yoga it comes across, we come across. So here, because love itself is not a taboo in olden days. There is one thing we have to understand it very much here. Loving a person is not a taboo. It is okay to love any person, because if women in those days for having a lot of freedom, that also we have to understand from this story, because many things will be coming up in this story if we analyze the story. A woman can approach a man and tell that I want to marry you, I love you, like that. This is not a taboo. This is not bad thing also. This is allowed freely. That is also there. The famous Savitri story is there. In the famous Savitri story also, Savitri was such a beautiful lady that men in those particular period of time, the Satyavan story, Satyavan Savitri story is there, no? The great Pativrata. In the story, the lady, when she was born, and father name and all those things I could not recollect anyway. But thing is that when that lady was there, that she was such beautiful that men in those days just used to look at her and think that I am not the right person to marry her, because I am not such handsome person to marry this lady. Like that, they were going away like that. Whoever handsome person he used to bring for her marriage, he just looks at her and says that I am not worthy to marry this lady, this great lady. That much of beauty she was having, Savitri. They were going away like that. Then, tired of searching handsome persons, she suggested her own, my dear daughter, why don't you go and search your own husband like that? Where she went, that is also a very interesting thing. She went to different ashramas and other places she went, not to royal places, please. And ultimately she selected Satyavan. That big story is there anyway. She selected that person and comes back, and then he tells his mother that I have selected one person, that person is going to be my husband. So the freedom is there for women. Freedom is there so much as there for women, and she can choose her husband. Choosing her husband is not a taboo, and it is not bad also. So they were having a lot of freedom also. Freedom is curtailed subsequently because of the invasions and all these things. That is a different issue, totally new discussion that we are not entering into. Anyway, here that is why it is not karma, it is love only. And one more aspect also we can discuss. Karma, if it is there, if it is not fulfilled, what will happen? Krodha will be coming up. Sangat sanjayate kamaha, kamat krodho bhijayate, like that Gita tells. Karma, when it's not fulfilled, normally people will be very much angry mode, and they will destroy the loved person only. Because that we can see nowadays, present day situations also we come across in newspapers and other areas wherein the lover has put acid over her face. And why is putting acid if at all he is really loving? Should he put acid on her face? It is not love, it is lust only. Because he wanted to have possession of her, and when he wanted to have the possession of her, she is refusing. Because of this reason, what he has done, he has put acid over her face so that she cannot be married to any other person. That was his intention. She should become his property, and that is not she is behaving. Surpanaka has done like that. She wanted to divorce Sita, and she wanted to marry anyway. That is her nature. That is called karma. Karma, when not fulfilled, it results into krodha. Sangat sanjayate kamaha, kamat krodho vijayate. Krodhat bhavati sammohaha, sammohat smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramso buddhinasya, buddhinasyo pranasyati. The famous shloka in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter we come across. So anyway, she is not exhibiting that type of anger. What she is telling, if he is not marrying, I am going to die only. She is prepared to die, not to take any revenge against Bhimasena. Seeing all these things, they concluded, Dharmaraja and also Kunti concluded that her love is a genuine love. So love is acceptable only. And so they agreed. Then when they agreed, Dharmaraja has put a condition. The condition is very much important. What is the condition he has put it? You can roam with Bhimasena in the morning times, and night you are not allowed to take him. Then here this entire, before discussing this, I would like to tell, there are three issues are there here. Three issues which normally the rules and regulations which they have violated. Normal rules and regulations they wanted to violate. Then I have written down because I may forget. Just I will see that once and then I will discuss it. One is called this Pariveti issue. Pariveti issue is actually when elder brother is not married, younger brother is not supposed to marry. They wanted to put it in under carpet and they wanted to marry. One thing, because it is necessary for them. That is one issue. Second issue is Rakshasa Manava Vivaham they are permitting now. Rakshasa Manava Vivaham is not permitted. In those days, to be frank, you come across the story of Yayati and what is called Devayani story. Yayati initially tells Devayani, stating that Devayani, you are a Brahmin lady and I am a Kshatriya. It is not against the rules. It is against normal dharmic principles. We are not supposed to marry. In those days, it was strict. All those issues were there. But still, Shukracharya permitted for different reasons, of course. So like that, it was just happening. This intermixing of Varnas were happening in those days, maybe. Here also they will be telling here Rakshasa Manava Vivaha is never permitted, and they are allowing Rakshasa Manava Vivaha, they are permitting. And the third issue is Diva Sangamam. Here, Dharmaraja, what he is telling, Diva Sangamam he is allowing. Diva Sangamam means you can roam around with Bhimasena in the mornings and night. You have to bring him back. See what is the condition. Normally, newly wedded couple, they wanted to spend their nights, not mornings. That is why only it is called first night only, not first day. But for Hidimba, it is going to be first day, not first night, like that. So here she is telling that you marry to take him in the mornings and night you should bring him back. Why? This condition he has put it. The Dharmaraja, this is actually beautifully summarized by Sundara Chaitanyananda. Dharmaraja, perhaps he wanted to have a child mighty enough to be a demon, and at the same time pious enough to be follower of the Dharmaraja and other Pandavas, like that. That was the analysis that was done by Sundara Chaitanyananda in Sundara Mahabharatam. He has written 2 volumes. He has written Sundara Chaitanyananda, very beautiful book of course. There he has mentioned like that Hidimba marriage. So here, then this is the thing. So he put that condition. Why Diva Sangamam is not permitted? According to our scriptures and shastras, love making in the morning times is not allowed. The love making in the nights are also allowed only at certain days or certain time periods, and all these things are there, which we are not discussing here. That is there in Manudharma Shastram also, it is there. So different places we come across these situations. This particular period, this particular day, they should not make love making. This particular day it is restricted. Like that it is. So it is in the morning times, it is not at all allowed. That is the reason Diti, Aditi are 2 wives of Kashyapa Prajapati. Diti approached him in the right time, and Aditi approached at the right time. She got Adityas, that is gods. Diti, what happened is that on seeing gods and all those persons, she was also feeling very jealous. In the jealous state of mind, and she approached Kashyapa Prajapati and she asked for Prajani. You bless me with the children. And what is the time at the time? Time was, it is a sunset, almost sunset. It is sunset time about to happen. The night is about to dawn. At that time, she approached Kashyapa Prajapati. Kashyapa Prajapati tells, what is the time you are approaching? It is the daytime. It is that too the sunset time. The sunset time, if you are asking for children, if that is the case, you will be having bad children only. Then she agreed, no, I can't tolerate the what is called the Aditi's sons. They are already growing. They are already powerful person. I don't have children. You bless me now only, no problem. Then he blessed her. And immediately what happened is that Daityas were born. Daityas are Diti's sons and Aditi's sons are Adityas. Like that it happened. So love making in the daytime is not permitted. But Dharmaraja is asking love making in the daytime. Why? Because he wanted to have a Asura son only he wanted to have, number one. And why some people may ask, if at all a girl is born, what you will do like that? But here in those days, you believe it or not, there was Pumsavanam ceremony is there. Now Pumsavanam with great fervor if they do, only boy will be born, if at all they want. If they want to have a girl, Pumsavanam is not done. It is left out like that. If at all they want to girl child. Like that now also, because people will be having preferences. I should have daughter only, I should have son only, like that. In those days also it was there. People who wanted to have son only, they were doing Pumsavanam, other persons were not doing Pumsavanam. That is why girls are also, they were also born. No, it is not like that. It is actually, they only wanted Putra, interest is there. May not be, we can't interpret in that fashion. But thing is that here, if at all they wanted to have a son, they will have the son because of the Pumsavanam, the 3rd month it will be done. And the procedure is there. And in fact, I have seen in Bangalore also, I reside in Bangalore. Earlier there was a Krishna Bhatt, one famous Vedic scholar used to be there. It was a Ganapati. The person used to conduct this Pumsavanam, he used to conduct here. And my wife is an Ayurvedic doctor. She used to refer, if at all any person is there, sometimes the particular person used to go to him. And here the treatment is given, treatment aspect is given here. And the mantra concept is done there like that. And you believe it or not, in Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery, the students of this Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery, even now also they study this. But problem here is that hopefully there are no persons to tell that mantras. There are no persons to understand those mantras. Because of this reason, English translations they will read out and come out most of the persons. A few persons will be understanding those things, but implementation is again problem, because nowadays rules are strict and all these things are there. You are not supposed to promote any boy, child, and all these things. So many issues are there. But if at all a boy is to be born, that can be born, please. That is there. So this is Pumsavanam. So it is he wanted to have a son. The son should be Asura only. Why Asura only? Because Pandava's situation in that particular period was very, very uncertain. They are in a very difficult situation. They are there. What is the time? Just I will see. Oh, time is almost up. Anyway, another 10 minutes I will wrap it up. So here he wanted to have a son who is having Asuric pravrittis, mighty enough to destroy his enemies, all these things. He wanted to have one type of that type of person in his what is called Sainyam. It is in his soldiers list, in his commanders. He should have one such person. Because of this reason, he allowed Bhimasena to go there. That is one reason. Second reason is that Dharmaraja knew that in the night time Asuric powers will be more. When Asuric powers are more, what will happen? Hidimba will be having a upper hand. She may do any harm to Bhimasena also in the night time. That is one thing. Because Bhimasena is a great warrior. That is a different issue. Nothing will happen to him. Still, why to unnecessarily take the risk? Hidimba may be having the upper hand. She is a Rakshasi. She is making love with Bhimasena in the night time. Means it may be dangerous for Bhimasena. Let us not allow it. That is one more thing. And one more thing is that if Bhimasena and suppose Bhimasena is warrior, no, nothing will happen. Bhimasena and she will meet in the night time. What will happen? The person that is going to be born will be Asura only again. At the same time, Asuric pravrittis will be there for him, and he will not be a pious person. Night time love, it is not allowed. So this is why Dharmaraja thought all these three aspects and put a condition that you take Bhimasena to any spot, but in the daytime only, night time you have to bring back. She agreed for it. This is one condition. Why Bhimasena has put a condition again? Bhimasena condition is actually, you can say that Bhimasena is one way love only. This is here actually, she is loving and he is not loving. The thing is that he did not want to marry because brother is insisting and he doesn't want to become a parivetta, and also he doesn't want to go to Narakaloka. But thing is that if both mother and brother are permitting, the superseding brother is permitting, the superseded brother is permitting, it is okay to marry. That is also there. Brother has to give consent. Yes, you marry. Now he is instructing to him to marry. So he is not going to get Narakaloka. So it is okay for him to marry. He agreed for that because he also knows that Dharma says that you should not desist a lady who is approaching you. If a lady approaches you for marriage, you are not supposed to reject it. That is adharma. So he wanted to marry her. But thing is that he doesn't want to live with her. It is as simple as that. That is the reason why he is telling that once the son is born, I will leave you. Is it okay for you? She agreed for it. But that is the only thing. In the management terminology, we call it as resource dependence theory. We used to teach in classrooms. Resource dependence theory is that if resources are more for me, I don't rely on my supplier. What I will be doing is that I just ignore him. Suppose my resources are very less, raw material is very less, the person who is going to give, he will be dominating me like that. This is a resource dependence theory, we call it. Here also same thing. She is a resource dependence theory is favorably inclined towards Bhimasena only. So that is why he is telling, I am not interested in you. Anyway, if you are asking, I will marry you. But still condition is that I will be with you as long as you are going to get a son. When son is born, I will go out. That is why. This year, what is he agreed, she agreed for it, and they married, and the entire thing took place. Ghatotkacha was born. When Ghatotkacha was born, she was also a pious lady and dharmic lady that she wanted to be firm on her words, and she took him and she went out to Himalayas. So here, what are the things normally which we have to follow, and what are the things which we are not supposed to follow? Here, what is the thing that is involved? It is entire thing is Apad Dharma and Rajaniti. What is Apad Dharma? Apad Dharma means in the time of difficult situations, sometimes it is okay to keep the Dharma, whatever that is called, according to law books. You have to follow law books that is there. Manudharma Smriti and all these things we will be following, that is there, to be frank. But at times it is okay to deviate. To deviate means you should not break the law, but at the same time you can bend the law. That is the idea here. Thing is that here one more issue is also there here, that Dharma Bhimasena has actually soaked that entire towel in the water and he has brought it. No, actually according to Manudharma Shastra, any water that is just if it is touched with any cloth, that is impure, that is not to be drink, that nobody should take it as a, nobody should drink it. That is one more shloka is there which I have not written down here. According to that, you are not supposed to drink that water, but it is apadharma, because if the water is not taken here, they may die. If they die, where is the use of having all dharma and all these things? So that is the reason what he did was that he actually took out his uttariyam towel and put it there, and then the soaked towel he brought here for he wanted to give water by squeezing it, and he wanted to give it to Dharmaraja, Arjuna, and all these persons. He knows dharma, still he carries it because it is apad dharma. And here also Rakshasa Manava Sangamam is not permitted, but it is apad dharma. Why it is Abadharma? Because they require one person who is mighty enough to do all these things. They wanted to have one Gatotkacha to face Alambasa and other Rakshasas on the side of imminent Kurukshetra war. So that is the reason why what they did, they wanted to allow this Rakshasa Manava Sangam, they allowed. And again Pariveti, again they allowed. And again Diva Sangamam, they allowed. All these things why they allowed? It is the larger scheme of things they have to look into, because first of all they have to survive, they have to be safe, and they have to have a son who is capable enough to take them all these persons in case of difficulty. And in we come across some difficulty for Pandavas in future, maybe some other Vanaparva we come across, where they will be asking, they will be seeking the help of Gatotkacha for going to Dvaitavana and all those places. There that episode is still there. So like that, whenever difficulty is there, he can be called. So he is one strength for them. That strengthy person should be there on their side. All these issues have to be taken into consideration. While taking these dharma decisions are to be taken not in random. We are not supposed to take dharmic decisions in random. Apadharma is also taken into consideration. Rajaniti is to be taken into consideration. With taking all these conditions, you should not break the law, but you bend the law. But Pariveti, how they bend the law? Bend the law is that brother permitting is okay, like that. That theory. They have done it. Mother, the condition of Diva Sangamam is also like that. They have taken the consent of Hidimba. Consent of Hidimba they have taken, she has agreed. Because of this reason it is married. Like that. So you don't break the law. We are following, we wanted to follow the principles of law, but this is actually some condition we are going to put it. If you are agreeing, okay. She agreed for it. And they tested her love, whether it is good love, bad love, and all this is. It is a dharmic love only. And dharmic love is there, and she is not having any anger against Bhimasena, even if he rejects him. And all this is, they tested her, and then they allowed these deviations, some sort of twist in the dharmic principles they have done, and they have allowed all these things. This is called, this is Apadharma, Rajaniti are laced in this particular case study. This is how this can be discussed. Time is up, so we can't discuss anything more over this issue. No, 7:50. I just close this session, and then anybody wants to ask any question, you can better to type it, please. Sometimes yesterday the person was asking, the gentleman, he was asking in Hindi. Hindi I am not fluent. One thing. Second thing is that again the translators, different persons will be translating again audio and all these problems. If you begin to type, that would be good for both for organizers and for me also. And if at all anything cannot be answered, tomorrow also I can answer it. Let us see. Let us, you can ask any questions. 10 minutes is there for you.
Okay, Sharada garu.
Namaskaraha Mahodaya. I have got two doubts. You can hear, no? Sir, Parveti and Parveta, is it applicable to the girl side also or not? Only for boys side?
Madam, it is not mentioned in Manusmriti. For
Okay.
girls side it is there or not, it is not there. The rule is not there.
Okay.
The rule
Only
is
for
there.
boys
The rule
side.
is there. The rule is there only for, because this aspect also sometime back somebody asked me in some other occasion. At that time I referred it. So it is mentioned Pariveta, Pariveti, and all these issues are mentioned only for boys. It is not written down in Manusmriti. That is why it is, when law is absent, you can take it as you like. You can interpret it. No problem.
And one more
It's
thing,
not-
as you told, when the lady asks the man, if he refuses, it is a sin. Is
Ah.
it true vice versa or not?
That is also not mentioned, madam. Nowhere it is mentioned. Vice versa,
Oh.
it is not mentioned. By going and asking, I think wife, the girl can refuse, I believe, but nowhere it is written down. But wife approaching, the lady approaching by only it is mentioned.
Okay,
You are not supposed to desist a lady who is coming and approaching you, like that it is mentioned. That is the
Okay.
reason why many places Ayati story also same thing. Devayani
Yeah.
approaches Ayati, Ayati agrees for it. In many other places of Mahabharata, we come across this situation where the girl is approaching and asking for boy, and then boy will be saying okay only. He will not refuse.
And one more doubt, sir. I knew the story of Hidimba and all this, what you have explained, but I didn't know about Sajjojata there. Sajjojata, Sajjogarbha.
That is one concept. Sadhyo Garbham. Sadhyo Garbham means they become pregnant, need not carry for 9 months or 10 months and all this is immediately the son is born. Immediately the son is born, immediately he grows up also. That is Sadhyo Garbha. We come across in the story of Veda Vyasa
Yeah,
story.
Veda Vyasa, yes.
Veda Vyasa story also.
Even Vamana also was Sajjogarbha?
Who, madam?
Vamanaha.
Vamana, I don't know, madam, because I have to verify only. Because
And
whether
what about Karna? What about Karna?
Karna Sadhyo Garbha.
Sajjogarbha, isn't it?
Yes,
What
madam.
about Pandavas?
But
Pandavas, what they were
Satyogarbha, madam,
Sajjogarbha?
there is one thing, madam. Satyogarbha is actually, it is not exactly Satyogarbha. She carried him for 9 months, madam. That is mentioned in
Okay.
Mahabharata. It is not Satyogarbha because she was carrying the baby for 9 months. But thing is that Surya has blessed her, stating that you will not, even though you are carrying this boy, and even though his belly is going to be a little bit hefty and all these things, people cannot recognize it. People cannot
Okay.
recognize that varam I am going to give you, that boon I am going to give to you. By
Okay.
virtue of it, even though you are doing all other activities, nobody can recognize that you are a pregnant lady. Like that, he has blessed her. So she carried the baby for 9 months. It is mentioned in Mahabharata.
Okay, that I didn't know. What
Yes,
about Pandavas? Pandavas, were they Sajjogarbha or normal?
normal only, madam. Normal only.
Normal.
Kunti and
Okay,
all
sir.
these
Thank you.
persons normal only. That Surya blessing and then Vayudeva coming and blessing. All these normal births only, madam. All these 9 months, 9 months, 9 months, 10 months, and all these things.
Okay, sir. And
Only
one
this.
more doubt, one more thing I want to ask you, sir. What I heard or read somewhere, Gandhari became pregnant earlier to Kunti, but she didn't deliver and carried the pinda, whatever it is, not actually fetus, for more than 1
Absolutely
year.
correct, madam. Absolutely correct. That is correct only because she becomes pregnant and that she could not deliver. Delivery did not happen. By the time she heard that Dharmaraja was born,
Born. She
that
was
is the
jealous
reason why
and she hit the tummy and pindam fell down and Veda Vyasa made 101.
Yes, madam, exactly correct. Out of jealousy, she has broken her what is called garbha. It is broken down like that. So she should have kept it. The Vedavasa comes and tells, if had you kept it like that, one boy is going to be born, that boy is going to be a mighty person. But you have broken it into pieces like that, he tells.
That all equivalent to IVF only, isn't it?
IVF only,
Late,
madam. Nowadays, what we
latest.
can call IVF, same
Yeah.
technology used to be there in those days. Maybe in different form, we don't know. Because all these things have to be, real research has to happen on all these issues. But IVF and all these concepts used to be there. In fact, this is what we can call this Pumsavanam also. Research has
Yeah.
to be done, madam. Research, if it is research is done, if everything nowadays it is being done under the carpet, nobody should be seen it. People may actually think that you are doing something wrong. All these issues are there, madam. Instead of that, do research over it and try to find whether the mantra is having the efficacy to have that Pumsavanam and all these things have to be done, madam. That because nowadays in the modern age, what we think that what is Putra and what is Putrika, okay, fine. That is fine. Still, whether that works or not, that can be researched.
But one thing, sir, Punsavanam, scientifically, what we learned in our medicine is the XY or XX is already determined at the embryo stage itself. Then how can it be changed later?
I don't know, madam, because I have seen it, of course. I have seen it with my physical eyes. I have seen it. That
Okay.
I was mentioning one person by name Krishna Patno, madam. Recently he died. When he was there, he did at least 8 to 9 Pumsavanas I attended and saw, madam. Because how it is being done like that. In all the cases,
Okay.
boys only were born.
Now, was there any proof that it was not female like a fetus and later turned to be male?
Madam, that those much that much of research I have not done. I attended this Pumsavana functions, whichever wherever Pumsavana is done at the right time, which he has told. If it is done on that particular date at particular time, something of that nature, boys only were born.
Okay, sir.
That is,
Thank
I
you.
have seen it, madam. With my own eyes, I have seen it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you so much. Now let us.
There are questions in the chat box. Okay. One question is, did Bhima actually drink Dushasana's blood after killing him? And if so, what is the moral justification for this act?
No. So he did not drink it, sir. He did not drink it. That is also clearly mentioned in Mahabharata. What he did is that he appeared that he has drink and he has taken the blood like this. He actually he tore open his body, took out his blood, and as if he is drinking it like that, he puts it into the mouth. Only he puts it in his mouth and it did not go inside. He just it looks like he has taken it only to create a ferocious state of affairs in that particular situation, because he has taken a vow also that I am going to kill him and take out his blood. Something of that nature is the Dushasana's story. It is the Dushasana Pratigna. At the time, Bhima's Pratigna is there. Now, according to like that, he has put it, he has not drunk it. But in Telugu Mahabharatam, it is translated like that. He will be telling something. One beautiful poem is also there. That పంచ పంచదారాల కన్నా తేనె కన్నా జున్ను కన్నా this person's blood is good like that. One good poem is there, sir. It is better than this panchada, that is sugar. It is better than that sweet honey, and it is good like that. One beautiful poem is there, but that is not there in Vedavyasa Mahabharata. He has not he has not taken it inside, and he has not tasted it. The thing is that anyway, it is actually he appeared that he wanted to show that ferocious that nature to all other brothers. Then all other brothers came and all the persons were killed at a single spot except Duryodhana. All other 99 persons were killed on the same day, on the same spot, at the same time. That is there. All 99 persons were killed in a single day. Brothers, all Duryodhana's brothers. When Dushasana fell down, other 98 persons came to his rescue and all were killed on the same spot. So in order to have that ferocious look, and he did like that.
Okay. The other question is, does Pandava's Ajnatavasa was spoiled by Kauravas?
Kauravas wanted to spoil it. They wanted to spoil it, but they sent messengers and all those persons try to find out their identity, but they could not find it. That is the only reason. But in
No,
films, we can see one thing. The thing is that Maha Yodha, Mahabala, that person was sent, and Bhima fought with him. All this is it was sent by the Duryodhana. That is not sent by Duryodhana. It is not there. It is not there. Vedavyasa Mahabharata. It is not there. Duryodhana did not send any Yodha Veera, and then if he is killed by any persons, you can assume that it is Bhimasena. It is not there in Vedavyasa Mahabharata. In Telugu Mahabharata, it is written like that. For that, we can't help.
Sir, Subodhyam, Amar
Just
Singh
a
here,
minute,
sir.
just a minute, Amar Singh ji. Please,
Yeah.
you have to raise your hand, then you can come
Okay.
in. Okay?
No, in this question only.
Please,
Okay.
please wait.
Hindi question means you better type it, sir. That is better.
Yeah, he'll do that. But
Ah.
before that, we are going for Pradhana and then we'll take up the questions. Nagaraja,
Okay, sir.
you are available or you are?
I will be available for another 5 minutes, sir, because
We'll just.
in the house, everybody will be leaving now.
Yeah.
Offices, so I have to rush there. And that is the only problem.
Okay, then we'll take up the questions and then there is one question in the chat box.
Ah.
Before we do all research, some someone else is claiming the credit of all this. Recently, there was a report that some foreign university has accepted that laws of motions were copied by Newton, and the Apple story is just a made-up story. Of course, this was said. Of course, there's nothing. It's only a mention,
Observation.
and nothing else. Okay, Amar Singh ji, you didn't raise your hand. You should raise your hand and then ask your question. Padmavati garu.
హరిఓం గురువు గారు నమస్కారం అండి.
నమస్తే మేడం.
ఆ గురువు గారు అభిమన్యుడి గారి గురించి కొంచెం ఇంకా తెలుసుకోవాలని ఉందన్నమాట. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ లో వినమంటే వింటాను, లేదా తర్వాత చెప్తానంటే వింటానండి.
ఏమన్నా అభిమన్యుడి గురించి తెలుసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నారు మేడం?
అవునండి.
అభిమన్యుడి గురించి
అవునండి.
Basically, in 2-3 words, Chandra, Lord Moon Chandra is there now, madam. He divided his own body into 2 parts, like that it is mentioned in Mahabharata. And one part has come to the Bholoka and he has become Abhimanyu, like that. He was there, he survived only for 17 years only, and then he died. And Chandra, when the scheme of things of the Devatas was that the god Brahma designed Mahabharata in such a fashion that he sent all the Devatas to Bhuloka, and he was asking each and every god, go there and born in Bhuloka in order to kill these Asuras. So each person was taking one form and coming here, like that. So in that way, Chandra also put a condition at that time, stating that I want to be there for a brief period only. It's done, like that he told. Then so he came into the form of Abhimanya. He was there for 17 years and he died in the battlefield, like that. And all other things, of course, we know the story, no, madam.
Yeah. Okay.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
అదర్ వన్
Savita Shastri garu.
రెండు వన్ ఎవరండి?
Pardon?
నమస్తే మహోదయ.
అభిమన్యుడు చంద్రుడు ఇద్దరుగా పుట్టారన్నారు కదా సార్, ఇంకొకరు ఎవరండి?
Vidrudu Dharmaraj, madam. One is Dharmaraja. Dharma portion has come out as Dharmaraja, and this Yama portion has come out as Vidura, like that. And Vidura measured his body, soul, pranas, and everything into Dharmaraja at the end. Then it is also mentioned that at that time Dharmaraja realized his real Swarupa. That is also mentioned there.
Savita Shastri ji, make your question crisp and short,
Yes,
because
Mahodaya.
yeah.
Yes. Just a small question. Sir, you are referring, yesterday you told the vows, whatever Bhishma took or anyone they have taken, they should not hold on to it. At some point, depending on the situation, you have to be flexible. And at the same tone, you also mentioned that Sri Krishna, to support his bhaktas' vow, he has facilitated the way it should be happening. So at what level, at what time we should know, I mean, how should we know that a vow can be broken or not broken?
Yeah, that is the thing. That is why only I also told one thing, madam. Thing is that for understanding this Dharma Sushmata, when to deviate and when not to deviate, just like that we cannot deviate, madam. If everybody begins to deviate in the society, stating that I am following according to this principle, that principle, like that, and they should have that knowledge also. For that purpose, that is why only they should have, because whoever they have done earlier, these persons, they can be Bhishma, Dharmaraja, whoever it may be, they are well versed in Shastras. They are well versed in Shastras. They know the limits of Shastras, and they are experts in exercising these Shastra aspects and all these things. That is why, if at all I am going to deviate that rule, I should have the knowledge of that entire scriptures, and I should have the dharma in my mind, basically, and the broader scheme of things we have to see, and whether it is going to support the entire society or not, those aspects we have to see, and lot of other issues, madam, like ethics only, madam. Ethics, when you are applying ethical principle at a particular point of time, what is more important is that whether this principle which I am going to apply is going to help the society as a whole. One aspect is there. That is one of the deciding factors. Second thing is that what I am going to do is not going to be purely for my own purpose, selfish purpose. It should not be there. And again, it is going to be for the broader interest of the entire society. Maybe in the present day society, we can also say that for protecting the Paryavaranam, and all these things also we have to take into consideration. Many other issues we have to take into consideration, and then if at all you want to deviate, you want to bend the rule and not break the law. Law should be there, and only thing is that you have to deviate the law here and there to some extent. For that purpose, you should have that knowledge. Without knowledge of the scriptures, that is why only the Mahabharata, Ramayana, these type of things, they should have all the knowledge of all these things, understand the intricacies of all these points. Not only storyline, if they know, there is no use at all, madam. Reading Mahabharata, reading any other Sandamama book is okay. Not like that. They should have that intricacies also, they should be in a position to analyze, discuss, and all these things. For that, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, all these things are required. If that is done, and if he is a rightful person, then he can do all these activities. Otherwise, anybody cannot deviate the rule and regulation, stating that I am following this principle or that principle like that. This is a very important issue, madam.
Okay.
As you suggested, anybody cannot decide, yeah, I am following this. No, it's not like that. There are limits for it.
Yes, Mahodaya. Because when we tell children, we tell the stories, they don't have any knowledge.
Correct,
And
correct.
they will pick up people who tell also, like the way today we are learning from you so many intricacies, and it is making us think.
Correct.
So that we can tell. But otherwise, what is told is the basics, only the outline, and the children will catch only those things. They will
That
not
is the
understand.
problem, madam. That is why only you have to listen, madam. In fact, in Telugu, I have started a series, madam. It is actually each and every story, analyzing the story at the end. Like that, 99 stories are done so far. They are available in YouTube. Pillala Kosam Mahabharatam. Like that, it is there. If you Pillala Kosam Mahabharatam, if you type my name, it will be coming, madam. 99 stories I have told so far. And somehow I am thinking that entire Mahabharata has to be completed. I don't know when I will be completing, but that is still, the project is going on, madam. And if you are knowing Telugu means, you can listen to it.
Yes, no,
I have not started.
Is it okay if we approach you personally for something?
No problem, madam. No problem. I have having some
Actually,
WhatsApp groups. In that WhatsApp group, I will add you, and everything you will be getting from it, madam.
Okay, Mahodaya. I'll get in touch.
Mahabharatam, you can type, madam. It will be coming.
I think we'll take the next question tomorrow, Amar Singh ji, because we are running out of time.
Yes,
we'll go for Pradhana now.
Sir, I suggest you one thing, sir. That Amar Singh ji, sir, let him put his question in the chat box, and you can give it the question also to me today. Tomorrow I can come, and once for all I will tell, and then we will proceed, sir. That will be fine, sir. I will also leave, sir. You can complete this. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Babu garu.
Okay, ధన్యవాదములండి. Now let's go for ప్రార్థన. Sarla Devi garu.
Guruji. ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु सरदां सतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चरा स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमतः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः
ధన్యవాదములండి. స్వస్తి. Now let's go for Janaganamana.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद जय हिंद
జై హింద్. ధన్యవాదములండి తెల్ల చిట్టుబాబు గారు.
Can stop recording.